Hi again, everyone. This is another four-player game with funkdoc here, and we have me against barmstrong, teokop, and daroj. So, very tough map here too. We got the whole West Coast in play, and the cheap East Coast, and the medium-priced Midwest. And it's kind of a tunnel structure. Like, this is a very linear map here. There really isn't. There's not like multiple ways to get into the ends of the map. I will gladly pay $4 for the 3 plant here. And if I do that, I'm building Washington, D.C. Daroj is likely going to do that instead of me. I'll take the 5 because this is a very difficult map to build last on. Barm actually bids for it. You almost never see anyone bid up the 5 plant at the start. The question is, 8 or 9? I think I'll try the 9. This is what Mastaba's been doing lately in these situations, and I like it. 27 and 29 were drawn. Daroj does not buy the 3 oil, which is normally what you should do in these situations. I think what I do here is buy 2 oil. I think. Because next turn, well, no, we'll see. I probably don't need to buy an extra oil. Just take my one $3 oil this turn and I'll be fine. Because I should be able to drop below at least one of these other players in the turn order. Like, I imagine the builds that I see are... I would say... The 3 should single build in brown, either Pittsburgh or Washington, D.C. Either of these is fine. Just build one of those with the 3. That's what I would do. The player with the 4 plant, I think, should single build Chicago. And then the player with the 5 should double build, do the Cheyenne Billings here. Or Denver Billings, same thing. Because they have the free connection to each other. There's no difference in connection cost. Build one of the twins and then Billings is what I would do with the 5 in order to lock up the West Coast for myself. And then the last player to build then would probably do something like build in the Minneapolis Omaha area, I would think, in that situation. Yep. Exactly as expected. Teokop should build Chicago. Teokop might actually build like Chicago, Minneapolis to play it extra safe. That would make things tough for me. Like if we got double builds with like Chicago, Minneapolis, and then, Denver Billings, that would make building a lot more difficult for me. Yeah. Okay, no. Well, it actually makes me happy to see that single build. Makes life easier for me. This should definitely solidify Detroit as Daroj's build on the next turn, though. Which is nice. It gets him a lot closer to breaking out of there for step 2. Getting Detroit is very useful. Ooh, okay. Ooh, I know my build now. Or do I know my build? I'm building one of the twins for sure. The question is whether I do both twins or a twin in Omaha. I do think I'm going to want the cheap early cities, though. So, yeah, I'll do that. So I will be stuck at the top of the turn order, unfortunately. My hope is that when I bid on the 10, someone else clicks on it. Because I don't really want the 10. I'd much rather have the 13. That's, 13 and the 9. That's a really efficient pair for your first 2 plants. That's what I'm looking at here. I have to put the 10 up for bid, though, obviously. They're probably all going to pass, though, aren't they? Oh, there's a bid. There's a bid. There's a bid. Makes me happy to see that. Yep, I want the 13. Thank you very much. Nobody will bid on this. Yep. There's 20. Ooh, Daroj might win the game now. Gonna get 25. You just don't bid on the 20 here. You do not bid on the 20 in this situation, and that's why. Well, not just that. I mean, that's not the only reason you also don't bid on the 20, because 20 is really bad plant to deal with this early in the game. You're not going to have nearly enough cities to make good use of it yet. And yeah, with that, Daroj paying $5 for the 3 plant is paying off handsomely now. So yeah, he's the massive favorite to win the game at this point. He should be able to easily buy 2 coal and build Detroit, I would expect. Possibly even more. He could probably, buy even more coal and still build Detroit this turn. That's what I'd look at. Although I'm glad I did not buy extra oil. Barmstrong is in an interesting spot with a 20. Yeah, Barm does what I consider to be the correct thing there. Yep, exactly as expected. Build to Detroit. Daroj should be able to get Washington and Philadelphia next turn, and then the 5th city on the turn after that to finish it off. Ooh. Now I have to decide on something. Do I want Omaha? Omaha is tempting. But I'm not going to be top in the turn order, so I'll just take my spot here. I want to drop in the turn order at this point. I have my eye on 27. It's a little bit awkward, though, in terms of the building. Yeah, though. This is not good news for the rest of us, Daroj getting 25 here. And coal is so cheap now. Well, I'll stick in a bid on 27 for sure. Pass. Okay. I mean, Barmstrong can't buy a plant either, which is nice. Teokop's the only one who could compete with me in bidding for this. What are the chances here? A lot of duds still left in the deck. You can put in another bid on this, sure. Ugh. I mean, I'll buy it, though. I can make use of it this turn. And then, yeah, Barmstrong can't buy 29. That's, yeah. And this is part of why, again, I'm not a fan of buying the 20 this early in the game. Big financial commitment to a plant, and it restricts your options. Like, I knew I could safely buy 12 there, knowing that no matter what plant dropped, Barmstrong could not buy it. Because now they have to build and try to make use of the 20. I am not looking great, though, that's for sure. $27 went up to a good price, though. I feel like I didn't want to quite bid it to my exact limit, because then on the next turn, I would not be able to make it to 5 cities, which is what I'd want to make use of, like, 27, 13, and the 9. But I want some kind of way to attack coal here, for sure. I'll buy the $3 coal here in this situation. This will also be fine because next turn I could bid for 29 and then I can just replace the 12. Plus, at least I get Omaha, which is good news for me. Teokop should eye a jump east at some point. Although, I mean, that's running out of options there, but still. Daroj could even afford Buffalo in Washington, which is really strong. $26. Okay, this is good for me. Barmstrong still can't buy a plant. Although now, Daroj is in a position to bid on another plant here, for sure. Teokop drops out. That's so bad. Okay, 21 is fine too. Yeah, I can at least get to 4 cities this way. And again, a lot of duds out there. A lot of duds out there. I think this is worth a click for sure. Yes! And 29 still doesn't drop after all that. Okay. I kind of think I made out the best in that auction. I mean, 26 being bid up to near 40, like, in this kind of market, I think that's fine because of their like, Daroj, you know, committing to 2 5 capacity plants like that. We could be in for a long stall, though. That's the concern here. I forgot to mark off... No, I did mark off 18. 18, 24, 29, 30, 37, 40. Is this really just the fourth turn, going to be the 4th turn of the game that all this crap happens on? Seriously? I mean, Daroj is still the favorite in this game, but I could not afford to bid more for 26 because I would not have been able to build this turn, which is very bad for me. I'm just trying to decide, like, okay, hold on here. Hold on here. What do we do in this situation? What do we do in this situation here? I don't need coal. I need to attack oil. 11, yeah. Sure, that's fine. Yeah, oil needs to be attacked now because the other players aren't really going to use oil, so it's kind of on me to do that. And I just build Santa Fe this turn. I was deciding between Santa Fe or Duluth because I can jump into Duluth, but yeah. I feel like Duluth doesn't really get me a whole lot in the way of new connections. I guess the 15 to Detroit could be useful, but I mean, Omaha still has its own direct connection to Chicago, a bit more expensive one, but it's there. Duluth doesn't get you much cheaper in that regard. Yeah. I think it's more important for me to grab Santa Fe now. Yeah, definitely going to be on me to attack oil, for sure. Also, come to think of it, 12 probably didn't make me any money, but 12 had to be bought to move the market, I feel, in my situation. So I net, like, paid $1 or something to move the market. I'm at least set up decently for a stall, so there's that. I'm also definitely burning oil and not coal this turn because I could potentially go above Barmstrong in the turn order here. No, never mind. Okay. Fine with that. Teokop leaves Dolith open. That's actually really good news for me. I can grab. Because then next turn, I'm willing to grab that next turn for sure. So yeah, we know 40 goes under the deck. Is this really only the 4th turn of the game? Like, what the hell? And yeah, burn oil. Burn the oil. Another turn of these not so spectacular plants. Definitely think my position's improving, though. I can't build to 7 this turn, and I don't want to stall at the top of the turn order at 6. Right? Right? Or do I? I'll grab Dolith here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Dolith and Phoenix, that's going to be my builds here. Which is fine. Now I'll buy the 2 coal. Now I'll buy the 2 coal. I cannot afford... Yeah, I will build to 6 this turn so I can make the most money possible, and then next turn build to break the stall, I think is the play. Barmstrong's going to stall at 5 cities, I imagine. My early builds have been expensive as hell, I'll say. Those 2 twins helped a lot, though. Getting both of those. So I've already broken out of the West Coast, which is good news for me. And I'm going to make the most money of anyone in this turn, so that's cool. If 29 stays on, which it doesn't, now I pass. 37 gone. What was that, 17 that came in? Ugh, yeah. I think the play for me is to pass on plants now, because nobody else needs a plant. Well, Barmstrong might buy 24. I'd be fine with that. Stall's not overly likely at this point. And the problem is this. I would not be able to build enough to make full use of the 24, so I think the play for me is to pass here. I think I pass, just build to 7 this turn, and then next turn I should be able to get some sort of good plant. Like, I might actually target 29, so I can just try to make the most money. Like, the money lead is where I would get the advantage over Daroj, potentially. Oil needs to be attacked more, so I think I do it this way. Yeah, do it this way. I could actually build to 9 this turn even, which is pretty cool. You don't want to stall at the top of the turn order too long, which is why I am planning to break the stall this turn. Everyone else is going to stall, so it's on me. And we're going to build 2 bad plants out of the market this way, which helps me a lot. Speeds up the game. 34 in, so this is good news. Ooh, 30. Well, this is obviously the plant to put up for bid. What is it? 32, 33, and 36 were drawn. Okay. Need to think about this, though. Make teokop pay big. I can't even build this turn if I get it, though, which would not be great. 11. Well, do I put 31 up for bid? I mean, I have some coal stored. Well, just 1, but that's still something, so why not? I'll let Daroj have this, I think. Yeah, I think that's the play for me. And I just go for 29. Like, I'm okay with going for 29 here. Because I want to be able to get the plants I can make the most use of now. Like, I want to be able to, you know, get full value from the plants I buy. And with me not having the most extra money this turn, 29 was a better fit for me than the 6 capacity plants. 28 was better, though, unfortunately. I mean, that's the right plant for Barmstrong to get. Barmstrong needs to buy a bunch of coal and get that uranium there. I do think it was a mistake for Daroj to bid on 31, though, personally. Because we should be able to speed up the game enough that he won't win from a stall on capacity. You look at what Barm's doing here. Exactly what you want to do. I need to take the efficiency route, although teokop likely has me beat in that regard. Teokop has also spent a lot more money on plants compared to me. Alright, what do we do here? I mean, oil definitely needs to be attacked in this situation. Let's buy a couple. Buy a couples of oil. So you can see here, I'm trying to go for more of the peacetime kind of strategy. We'll see if it pays off in this game. I don't know. Yay, daroj builds into me. All right. Ooh. I think it's a mistake for daroj to build that high. Daroj should pressure the rest of us to build. Can teokop not get to 11? That's not bad news for me if so. Okay. Oh no, teokop can get to 11. Not great for me then. Alright. I am totally blocked east, by the way. So I think the play is to build Billings now. That way it'll block the other people from expanding west and trying to claim this territory from me. I at least want the west coast to myself. Myself and Barm, anyway. And hold on to this coal for dear life. $39. All right. So there is a 1 in 3 chance of dropping 32 to barmstrong here. If I buy 24. But I kind of, well, I don't know. We'll see about this. I do feel like teokop is in the strong position right now. I need to just pass and drop in the turn order. Barmstrong might buy 24. But then again, probably, well, no. I mean, Barm does still have, you know, max coal to store on the 20 if they buy 24 over the and replace the 5. Barmstrong is my competition for the East Coast. Could be bad for me if they just stay below me here and then get build come step 3. But the problem is step 3 is not coming yet. Daroj could win the game off of this. We'll see. There's the pass. And there's 38. So we know that all the 7 capacity plants are in the game. That's good news for me. Nothing's getting built off this turn, so we know 29 is going under the deck, and that's likely to be the only plant to go under the deck, because the step 3 card will be drawn in the next turn. That's where I'm at here. Must attack the coal and the oil as much as possible. Yeah, that's all I can buy here. Just buy the 3 and 4. Buy the $4 coal and the $3 oil, I think is the play. And just keep burning the oil instead of the coal. I really want to store coal for the later game because, I mean, it is kind of tricky though. It's kind of tricky to get your coal, you know, to get it set up with these to balance these 2 hybrid plants. It's difficult to do. Here's the issue. Daroj is not going to end the game this turn. But what Daroj could do is jump into the west coast to set up a finish on the next turn. Problem is if he, you know, stays at top of the turn order, coal may not be a guarantee for him. The game is stalling enough that now that I don't think my strategy is going to work. I hate to say. It's between daroj and teokop, I feel. Here's what happens. If we can get 2 turns of step 3, teokop will win. If daroj can end the game before then, he's going to win. That's all there is to it, really. Next turn, step 3 is going to happen. Daroj, will have places to build, more places to build, although he'll be stuck at the top of the turn order, so we could block him on step 3 if needed. Don't know how possible that would be, though. And I'm sure what Daroj is thinking about here is whether to build. I imagine he's thinking about whether he wants to build now to set up the finish on the next turn. Since now he has an opportunity to jump into the West Coast and build a bunch there. Set up his 17 cities that way. Yep, looks like he's going to do it. There it is. I'm getting kind of bodied on the builds too, which sucks. I'm going to get really bodied on the builds because Barmstrong could build a... Well, no, Barm would... Okay, so that's all Daroj builds. That wasn't as much as I was expecting. Definitely burn the oil. Okay, step 3 card... Oh, step 3 comes already. Alright. I don't know which plan I missed then. One of the lower ones? Was it 15, 16, 19? One of those? Oh, it might have been 19 that I missed. Oh, well. We're here now. Okay. That's really important. Well, I have to fight for 38 now. We know that I need 38. Very obvious. Problem is, my builds are not going to look the greatest. So... I'll still bid for this, though. This should be bid into the 70s, really. Be fine with that. Okay, I'll make him pay now. Daroj passes. I have to buy 32 now. Which I expect Barm to pass on and hope for a better drop. Ooh, Barm does not get the better drop. Okay. Well, at least someone else matches Daroj on capacity. I mean, it's going to be teokop, and teokop's going to win the game on the next turn. Problem is this, too. Teokop is really perfectly set up to get to 18 on the next turn, and Barmstrong and I both can only get to 17 at best, so... Ooh, teokop overbid for 38. Okay. 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 You know what I should have done, come to think of it? I actually should have replaced 29. Just do this. Yeah, it's like a perfect amount of stuff right there. Barm is going to build to try to block Daroj, I think. Daroj should be able to end the game on this turn, though, but I'll do my part to prevent that. I'll build Minneapolis now because that blocks Daroj. What was the plant that dropped? 50? Yeah, 50. Okay. Let's think about this now. Think about this. All right. You do that, of course. Completely block Daroj out of that city. Chicago to block Daroj out of there. San Francisco, well, that's still cheap. Yeah, I think we do that. Okay. Kind of a whack little jump here, but yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. Just an extra $3 jump into Portland so I can get that spot before Daroj does. Yeah, Daroj is a lot to do. 4 cities. So actually, next turn will be interesting since Teokop couldn't build to 16, but yeah, Daroj I think just ends it. Though they may not be able to. Daroj may not be able to end it. Perhaps. If Daroj builds to 16, he'll go above me in the turn order. If he stops at 15 here, he'll stay below me, and he'll actually drop below Teokop as well. So the move for Daroj is if he can't end the game, he should stop now. Nope. Yep, he can end it. Okay. Good win to Daroj. So we have a 16, 15, 14, and 13 as the finishers in this game. I did my best to block the builds, but no one else could take the Southwest. That's what ultimately did it for him. I did not think buying 31 was going to work out for Daroj. Did not think it would work out. Very nice, very nice, very nice there. Good win, and yeah, I guess that's the power of 25 at cost. It lets you get away with a lot of plays that you couldn't normally make. Like buying 31 like in step 2 when you already have the 25 plus another 5 capacity plant, so like doing 5, 5, 6 is not something that normally wins in 4-player, but I guess because of the money advantage from the 25 at cost, that's what allowed him to afford that. and potentially set up the early capacity win. Next turn would have been interesting, but because Teokop could have gotten to 18 only needing a 5 plant, whereas Daroj would have needed a 7. And with how expensive his resources were, that probably wouldn't have worked, because Barmstrong and I would fight harder for the 7s. We need them more desperately. So it was likely going to be Teokop's game if he could have built to 16 and stretched the game out one more turn. That would have likely given it to him. To Teo, I mean. Very close finish here. Really close finish. All right. And with that, see you later.